Paltrocast. Lily, how's your day going aside from answering the same questions over and over and over and over again?
Very good. It's 7:30 in the morning. I've been up since 5 and I'm ready to talk all things Monolith.
Well, before we get there, is there coffee in front of you, an energy drink, or both?
Already had the coffee. We're just on the waters now. So I've got the perfect sufficient amount of handshakes. It's great.
Awesome. Well, Monolith is the new project for you. How much prep was needed? Because when you're playing a journalist,
Mm.
sure, the part is written on the paper, but I don't know what your journalist background is.
Yeah, no. I'm all about pretending. But also journalists and also podcast, like creating a podcast in a sense. And you're like constantly on the computer and having to just have that natural sort of reflex and not feel like a total phony. But it was really great. There was this journalist named Georgina Savage who basically Matt Vesler, the director, had interviewed, sort of broken down a lot of like her sort of process, and which was really great. She's a podcast called The Invisible Hand. It's really great. And just even channeling the voice and understanding what it's like to even talk into people's ears, which is very different to performing as an actor.
Sure.
And finding that. And also we shot the film in like 15 days. So I pretty much had to learn the script front to back like theater. Yeah. This film is very much a experimental piece of how to fit a film within 15 days, $500,000. It was a part of this New Voices program. So they built the film up and used obviously the sci-fi world to be like, how can we make an alien invasion with on a shoestring, basically.
A shoestring, but the support of Adelaide and the local societies, correct?
100%, which is awesome. It's such a hub for festivals there, and such a hub for getting up and coming creators off the ground. Which is why as soon as I read Lucy Campbell's script, I was just like, this is ridiculous. This is terrifying. I understand I have to do these things, but I'm scared when I read your script. And also just entertaining, telling a good old story. I'm trying to spook.
What was your gateway to getting that script, being able to read it and then go, I want to do this? I'm assuming it wasn't a traditional audition process, because let's face it, you have great credits.
Yeah, it was that was really nice. I'd actually just finished Evil Dead. Maybe it was a little bit of time after. And then, COVID was still happening. It was like everything was quite stripped back. And then my agent read it, and she was just like, I think you'd like to take a bite of this and sink your teeth in it. And I think I'm worried for you to do this, but that's why I think you should do it. And I read it, and then I was just like, yeah, let's walk towards fear. Let's do something that I feel like maybe the adrenaline after Evil Dead, I was like, feel anything.
You mentioned it, sorry to rudely interrupt you there, but you mentioned it being a 15-day shoot. How does that stack up against other projects you've been on? Because what I hear is TV shows are generally a week per episode.
Yeah, it would have been very different a 15-day shoot if you weren't the only actor on screen and the only person on set being filmed. So it was like, 10 to 12-hour days of just being filmed constantly, and then covering so much dialogue. Like it was just so dialogue heavy, and obviously removing another person's body and eyes and that language that you get, that second set of language, even where it's for the audience, but also for yourself as an actor. So stripping that back, that 15 days alone, no one else, and very dialogue heavy, it was quite a wild experience. And but yeah, so like nothing I could compare to. There were definitely moments where I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like just like my eyes like snow vision almost feeling. You were just like, this is bizarre when you remove other people, and it just becomes, because the headphones are noise cancelling. I had one actor, and see Nathan, who was feeding me all of the different characters. So it was also one person's voice in my head, and I'd just be like,
yeah. Well, I have a question that it's meant to be a compliment. It's a stupid American question here, but speaking to your versatility, how much of the accent that you have to put on for the character or the dialect plays into the role of it? So, for example, do you go, oh, I don't want to do an American accent for this one?
Yeah. I mean, it's because obviously I did Evil Dead before, which was American. I've done French and English.
Yeah.
Like it definitely informs your sense of humor in a way, which is really funny. And my parents are English, so it's like that I kind of do a blend anyway. But for this, it was really nice. If I was going to do this job where it was just so quick and not much time to even come up for air, I was just like, I think I just have to play her as myself. Like this is an exercise, like vocally, because I'm not a narcissist and so psychotic and selfish. Like cheers. But it was really fun to just do an Australian accent after doing Evil Dead as well, which was American, to kind of try to sort of drop in and actually just have the opportunity to apply yourself to it in that way. It's nice to think about it sometimes as well.
I can't imagine how difficult it is, giving some empathy here, to pretend to be another nationality for a while, and then after a month go, I'm not that anymore. Time to be
Yeah.
myself. How much of yourself you lose when you have to keep dropping that?
Yeah, and also like there's certain things say with the American accent that I don't now in my Australian accent, because the first time I had to do one, I was so nervous that I didn't want to get it wrong. There was certain words that would just give you away straight away if you didn't say it. Like, how have you been instead of have you been in Australia? So it was like instead of BEEN, you're like you hit it with
Yeah.
like been.
How you
Been.
going?
Yeah,
The
just things that
no versus the
go back.
ner. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly. So then now I say, how have you been? Like even in an Australian accent, I don't say how have you been anymore. So it's like things that slowly change over time. Your little morphing. All these random names you've been called as well.
you pulled it off. Well, two quick questions, and then I let you go. And the first one is: Monolith is a new project to us, an old project to you. Are we allowed to know where we're going to see you next, or we just keep having to check Instagram?
Checking Instagram. No, there's a few at there for online. It's like on demand, and then also I think I don't know officially. I know there's another streamer that's dropping it in Australia. It's Binge and Foxtel, and then also selected cinemas. But yeah, same with the UK as well, which I think is just digital.
So I'll
But
just
crazy, this journey of this film, we just had no idea of its journey, which was it's so exciting to take it step by step. We go like, cool, that films like this, and that's the beauty of this genre, that there are people that are into it and into the exploration of it. And yeah, Monolith was an experience.
got it. Last question: is there, showing again your versatility, because Monolith has nothing to do with Evil Dead Rise, etc. Very diversified career. Is there a particular role or genre you haven't yet done that you're still hoping you'll get the offer for?
Hmm. I mean, I could totally go for like, but I think it's just me like falling in love with like the intensity and almost fantasy of horror and sci-fi, which I would go deeper into sci-fi world, I think, again, like more as opposed to horror gore. Which I would do. I just need that little bit more time after Evil Dead, which is like such a brutal experience. Um, and then also I think like actually fantasy. Weirdly, I'm just all about exploring and living and the way people speak and languages that are created from someone's mind. So I haven't really done fantasy. I might just I
Fingers
think
crossed. Well, thank you for the time. Thank you for the years of great art. And looking forward to what's coming next. And hope you get another cup of coffee soon. Because man,
yeah,
you are better than I would be at 7:30 in the morning.
I know. Help me, pray for me.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much,
very much.
Darren.
Paltrocast.